All right, guys. So welcome to the channel once again. Uh, this is Ikena here. Here we show you the uncut aspect. At least we make an effort to show you the uncut aspect of trading that nobody talks about, right? So what you usually see is the sunshine and rainbow. Very few talk about the struggles the failures you have to overcome and stuff like that. So here we try to be real as real can get, right? So pretty much we've had a good past few weeks and months, right? In the market, we've done over 1,000 pips in the last 2 weeks, and that is pretty much good, right? We've taken our own fair share of losses too, right? So if this is your first time on the channel, feel free to hit on the subscription button and turn on the notification so that you get alerted each time I drop a new video. So today I'm going to be sharing one of the tools that I use from time to time, or one of the tools that you could use. If you know me, you know I don't favor indicators very much, but they can come in handy if you are using them as extras to your plain naked chart. All right. So the other tools that I favor, in addition to the one I'm going to show you, which I will let out of the box in a bit, is the Fibonacci tool, right, and the MACD, right. Those are indicators that I throw in, or tools that I throw in on my chart from time to time. Today I'm going to be showing you a different one, and that is the not the MACD. That is the moving average, right? The moving average. You can use this as a tool if you're just starting out trying to catch in those entries. So I'm going to show you in a bit. So all of these are tools, right? If you know how to use them, all of these are tools, right? Until you understand structure, you're not going to enjoy much of using these tools, because they don't work 100%. All right. So let's see MACD. Sorry, I keep typing MACD. I don't know what's up. Moving average. All right. Moving average. I'm going to add two. I'm going to edit one of them. So I have two right now on my chart. I'm going to edit. We have the 9. So I'm leaving one as the 9. Okay, so let's stick in it a bit. All right, so that one is cool for me. That's 9. And let's see, this one we're going to make a 50. So let's do that, 50. And then change the color, taking of white or red. Right, let's make that red. Right, let's make that red and do this. Okay. So right now I have the 9 and the 50 on my chart. The 9 is the blue, or the 50 is the red. So I'm not just throwing this on my chart to get in on every time it crosses, right? Which is the fun part of using these tools when you have an understanding of how price moves. All right. So right here, right. Let me look for, trying to go further back, right? So basically what you want to be doing is when the blue is over the red, on top of the red, you want to be looking for buys or for longs. And when it is under, or when the red is on top of it, you want to be looking for sells, all right? But you don't just jump in at any point in time or anytime you feel. So let's take a look at this point right here. Remember, I said this becomes more effective when you're using it with an understanding, or some level of understanding of price action. All right, so let's analyze what we have on the chart right now. So take a look at this. We had this impulsive push. Meanwhile, the buy started from here, right? So let's take a look at this. So this was a low created. It's a 4-hour chart, by the way. A low was created and then it exploded to the upside, taking out this point, right? And then if you understand structure, you know this is your trigger point number 1. So you hold on a bit, you wait for this to come down, but you observe that this has already crossed, right? This crossed when this hasn't pulled back down yet. So you hold on until you already gotten your cross, which is 1, or your break 2, and then when it pulls back down to retest the area which it has just broken, that is your trigger sign. So you're using the cross in addition to structure. So it doesn't just jump in when it crosses without structure, showing you that it has broken out of the zone you're looking for, right? So that is a good point for a buy right here, with the cross indicating a bullish momentum. So basically what I'm saying is, if you have a cross, right, and your structure is not showing you what you need to see to confirm the cross in addition, because what we are collecting is some confluences or reasons to get in on a buy or a sell, as the case may be, all right? So in this case, we had both. We had a cross. You see I don't know why I keep saying the moving average, the 9 is over the 50, all right? Good cross to the upside after a low was made. And then we had a break and a retest, good entry point. That would have been a nice catch to the upside. It's about, let's see, that's about 200 pips to the upside, all right? So that is a good target. When do you know when to get out too, in case you're still holding a trade? Of course, normally you want to trade from zone to zone. You don't want to be too greedy. Remember, these are just tools. The market is not your friend. It's not here to make you rich. It's just accessible for you to take whatever you can. All right, so that was the first move. Let's look at the other one right here. We had another possible trade, right? So price again gave us this point. Let me use a different sign this time around. Gave us these 2 zones, right? It was equal highs right down there, right? Showing a bearish pressure. And we had this little structure down here, which was eventually broken, right? We see this nice little zone. Again, if you should scroll backwards, you should see that we should have a form of structure down here, exactly. So you see that mini resistance right here. So again, remember, just because it crosses doesn't mean I'm jumping in, which is a big mistake or error most persons make when using these tools. These tools are only better when you merge it with structure, right? When you just jump on every cross, all right? So right here we had a cross, all right? Right? The blue, which is our 9, is on the downside of this, which is indicating a bearish pressure. The red is on top of it, but we were here to get a break of this point. So right here we got it, and we got to our retest. Pretty a good point where to enter right there again. So here as our entry again, we are looking at what? Zone to zone. So we would have caught 100 pips plus off of this cross alone, right? And there, that was the sell, right? So you sold off for a bit, and then once again, it's crossed, right? Crossed back up. Right here, it consolidated a bit, fell down. So we are not looking to get in on any type of move like this. You want to look for a clean setup, right? A clean cross to the upside, which again, we got down here, right? So if you train your eyes right, this is another point. We have a form of inverse head and shoulder pattern right here. A tiny bit of structure within this zone. We can call that a mini support. You can either look at this point or rather like to take this point right here, right, for the effective break, because price was kind of consolidating around this zone. But see where we got our cross, right? See where we got our cross. Where is my thumbs up? Boom, this is the clean cross to the upside. That's the point where we got the clean cross. So I'm not getting in. The cross is just one of the confluences I look out for, one of the confirmations I look out for, and then price came to this area after breaking structure, and that would have been my entry for the long or for the call or the buy, whichever floats your boat. So you see how this stayed far away. The kind of gap between the two, the way I look at it, since I've been looking at MACD, when the MACD tends to stay on the upper side, okay, I keep saying MACD, not MACD, the MA, moving average, all right? So guys, don't get that mix up, don't mind me, right? So maybe MACD has just been on my head. So let's see. So I was talking about momentum, an additional tip or something else you can look out for that I've observed when it comes to the moving averages, all right? So when after the cross, which is right here, when you have price being on top of or closer to the your moving average, your 9 moving average being on the left side of it, right? Or having a big large space in between the 9 and the 50, this can indicate a good momentum to the upside, right? It's not something to take like, okay, each time I see this, I should jump in on a call, right? No, that is just something you see that if you're on a trade and you see that it's pretty much closer, price is closer to the 9 than the 50, you know, you still have some level of bearish or bullish pressure in the market, all right? So there, if you got in on that, again, that was another good trade that spilled over at 200, and let's see how far this came, right? 248, let's call it a 250 pip move, right? So when do you want to get out? Again, if you're holding and again, you see a clean cross, that's a good point to get out. Again, we've got this clean cross of the of the moving average 9 and 50 low. So we're waiting again. What are we waiting for? Break of structure. There we go, right? So MACD cross, price still not giving us a reason to enter. Again, we're getting on that cross right here when this zone was broken. And again, see how price was magneting the being close to the 9 after it crossed down, showing strong bearish momentum. This was a massive push to the downside. So guys, that's just a quick tip for you guys to know how to use the moving average effectively, right? So when do you get out? Again, when it crosses and goes over the 50, all right? So 450 pip move, if you did hold that, but you should be getting out right here after it crosses, which is about 350 pips. Pretty easy to use tool, can be effective when you combine it with your other reasons like understanding of price action, which is key, 100% key. I recommend whatever tool you want to use, it should be as an additional tool for your setups, all right? So when you have price just moving, you have them crossing like this, that is a consolidation for you. And right here now, which is also why it is better to understand price, someone with more experience could make some scalp moves out of this, right? But if you're using the moving average right here, there is no good entry reason. You see them just going across each other, up and down. So that's a consolidation right there. But if you trade pure structure, you know that we had a sell right here. So that was a sell. Again, it was quite indicated too by the moving average, right? See where we had our cross. So all of these zones we're not getting in because we saw them cross or just minute by minute cross, or what do we want to call that? Just didn't take long. They keep crossing each other. We didn't get a clean cross. That's what I'm trying to say here. Right here, we got a clean cross to the downside, and then price eventually broke out of this mini zone that was acting as a support to the downside, and then came back up. So this would have been our precise entry if we were trading this in real time. All right, so close to 200 pips right there right? From this, didn't really do this stuff he was doing here, right? So when your market is doing this, you want to stay out and wait for a clean break of the 9 or the 50 to either side, all right? So once again, when the 9 is below the 50 is the red, the 9 is the blue. And the 9 is below the 50, that's a sell. You're looking for sells. You can make it any color you want. When the 9 is above the 50, that's a call or a long, a buy you're looking out for, right? So guys, I hope you were able to pick out one or two from the short clip on moving averages, how to use moving averages 9 and 50 in a correct way. So if you have any question, feel free to DM me or click on the link on the channel to get hooked up with us or to link up with us in the Telegram channel, where we drop daily signals, 1 to 3 signals, the free channel, right? For everyone, right? If you also want to work with me privately, then you can DM me right from there. All right. And then if you're yet to subscribe, don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification so that you stay up to date each time I drop a video. All right. So guys, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I'll be back again on Sunday. So join us up for that one every Sunday, 8 p.m. We do weekly outlook analysis on what we're expecting for the week ahead. We've done pretty good. 1,000 people in the last 2 weeks, 500 each, right? So if you want to be a part of that, let me know. If you also want to be a part of the VIP training, sharing my personal experience with you on how to trade one-on-one on a more private level, feel free to message me right on the channel. So guys, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful week. Let's have a good trading week ahead. Stay cool, guys. Bye-bye.